Video is just being circulated about the conditions of the ferry in Mombasa. My question is, yes, I know there are people who cannot absolutely avoid that ferry because you have to get to work, financial problems, common mwananchi problems, and I get that. But now I'm going to talk about myself and how I feel about the ferry. There's this incident that happened in 1994. A lot of people on this app were not born. Millennials, they know. So in 1994, this ferry, and this is where my fear for the ferry came in. This ferry was being, it was as usual, crossing over to the other side. It reached the middle. It completely malfunctioned. I will never forget what happened that day. Nakwambia vile kulifanyika. Mtu wa ferry, the one who normally operates a ferry, alidive ndani ya maji kwanza vile alijua hiyo ferry itasink. Alidive haraka. You know the reason why people die from drowning? It is because kuna kwanga na watu wanakuvuta chini. You may be a good swimmer, but when they see you floating, unavutwa chini. That's how it happens. So he decided to jump fast before watu anze kudrown wamsukume chini. Akakimbia haraka kwa shores. Ferry ikasink. Watu walikuwa napelekwa mwili zao. 1994, it was on the news the whole, I think for the rest of the month. The way the bodies were aligned in. From that day, I sat down and told myself, this thing may have an issue with this ferry. Worst comes to worst. There's a time my mother used to live in Mombasa. Nakwambia tulikuwa tunapanda hiyo ferry. Nikiingia ferry mpaka karibu ni fast. Tunaingia ferry, kuna siku nakumbuka that thing. Unajua vile ferry inasonga alafu hiyo kitu ya ferry inaenda inaanguka hivi. Inaanguka chini, inagonga chini, alafu sa magari they can come out. This thing opened in the middle of the ocean. We were literally in the ferry. Ilifunguka in the middle of the ocean. Ikafunguka. Nakwambia hiyo time ndio nilikuwa hata tumeanza kujua nani atabeba nani, tuanze kuruka kwa maji haraka tutoroke, because like I said, drowning happens even when you're a good swimmer. It'll happen because why? Because people are pulling you down. Nakwambia vile ferry ilifika chini, that was the last time nilisema hiyo South Coast wacha ikae. Kama tunaenda mahali South Coast siendi. But now the thing is, there is a highway that was created so that you avoid the ferry. Me, I would suggest mambo ya ferry kwanza itulie. Your ferry, I don't have a good feeling with that thing, especially with the woman who, you remember that woman also, it was such a tragic story. That woman literally was in the car, gari yake ikarudi nyuma kwa sababu the thing was open. Ikaingia ndani ya maji na mtoto wake wakiwa na mtoto kwa gari. I'll never forget. So this ferry situation has to be looked into. Whatever I've just seen from that video that has been sent to me, apana. We need to look into the situations of the ferry because hiyo kitu itakuja isumbue sana. Okay? This is a very big thing. This is a very big problem. Hata siamini hiyo ferry bado inafanya. Why is there a ferry even when there is a whole road that can be used? Afadhali utumie njia ndefu.